I'm going to do another video like this, but I'm only going to go 5 shooters. They're all going to be me because I think the adjustments for this strategy require that you have practiced to miss the 10 or the 4 or whatever number it is you choose to lay. But I do think that this strategy can easily make $500 a day. $4,000 in a bankroll. Obviously, you don't have to have that big of a bankroll, and you could play it scaled down. Hello, Rob. I don't know what it would make then. I like it at the 4,000. Really, probably $5,000 bankroll is what I'll try it at when I go do this. Oh, we're just in the 4 down to 75. It still pays 150 minus the VIG, so but that makes our 7 valuable. We actually could adjust the 5 and the 9 down as well if we wanted. But so the goal is, off of every hit, I think you need to be more structured and go straight to 88 inside. So no matter what happens, as long as we don't roll a 10, as long as we hit one of those numbers out there, we'll be able to go to 88 inside and play from there. We're only going to do 5 shooters. They're all going to be me. I'm going to be trying to control the dice. This is my first shot of the day, and it's a hard 8. Okay, $105. Hello, everybody. We're going to come down to 88. Hello. The reason I'm harping on this strategy so much, guys, is because I actually think this one has a lot of value to it. And reason being is because if you can stay away from the 10 for 5 of your shots, 5 of your come out rolls, then you're always going to be a winner. So I'm going to shoot the 3V after this. So if you can stay away from the 10 for 5 of your own personal come out rolls, you're going to win every time. There's no way to lose as long as you don't roll a 10. $21 winner. So that's the key to it. Can you roll a come out without rolling a 10? But I do like going to 88 inside afterward. And there's a 10. Okay, doesn't matter at this point. And there's the 6. That's a $30 6, so it's going to win 35. Oops. Let's make it look like 30. $3V. And you don't have to go through the don't after you get 3 hits. I just like that. That's a personal choice there. You can just stay light side, spread out to the 4 and 10. Whatever it is you like to do. There's a 9, 5, 4, 9. It's going to win 35. There's a quarter on that 9. So we're going to make it look like a quarter. All right, so we made 3 hits. I'm going to go through the don't. After I win here, I'm going to let the profits take me through the don't. And there's a 10. Too bad we weren't all the way going, right? That would have been it right there. It had a monster. And back-to-back 10s, so glad we didn't get that. Glad we did not do that. And the 7 now. Okay. That's shot number 1. So you'd do whatever you do, and then you get back to your shot. If you're at your own table, that's ideal. With $5,000, you probably can get your own table. Most places, I would say, especially any small places. So, here we go. There's a 12. We don't like that. Oh, we're doing the wrong thing here. About messed up. There we go. And there's the 6. Okay. It's going to win 105. Here we go. And there's the 9. So let's hit number 1. $28. I think I paid wrong last time because I paid 21. That was my bad. I actually think I paid it incorrectly on one of those. It's one hit. So this is just your personal shooting. I don't think you should trust a random shooter with this. It's going to burn you. It burnt me many times on our first videos. That's the point. All right, we'll be off on the come out. And there's the hard 6 right back. Okay. And there's a 12. Yeah, but it wasn't on a come out. And I was using the 3V, not the 2332. It was a lot of it about it was different. Different set, all that. On the come out, I use the 2332, and it gets me a certain set of results. And then the rest of the time I use the 3B. $35 winner. It's 25. $20 don't. Oh, the 7. That's happened to me a few times. Got lots of heat. Why would people care that you were playing the no 10? Were they didn't like that you thought they were going to roll a 7? The no 10 really doesn't have anything to do with other people rolling 7s. You're just protecting yourself from the 7. All right, here we go, coming out. $639, $140, take it all down. This is, we're just rinsing and repeating. As long as we don't roll a 10, we can't lose. Then we're going to 88 after that each time. Here we go. There's a 4, 3, 1, 4. Okay. And again, guys, this is just my personal opinion on this, but this strategy, as long as you can miss the 10 on the come out roll, you can't lose. There's a 3. As long as you can miss the 10 on the come out roll. So that's all you gotta really affect is that one part. After that, as long as you stay aces, as long as you stay within whatever it is you win. Well, we are all over this horn. So anybody just ran a horn progression, just crushed it. And there's a 7. We rolled all horn numbers and a 7 after our come out winner. But that's why we only do 88 or roughly 88, because we won 140. So then we played 88. Because it's 88 out there. I don't want to put more than 88. Need 50 in red. All right, here we go, coming out. 2, 3, 3, 2. There's a come out 3. Where are these horn numbers coming from again? And there's a 7. That's a $10 winner overall. If anyone doesn't know, we had this problem earlier. Oh, no, it's more than 10, right? This is first time we've had the 4, so and we rolled to come out 7. All right, so I actually got to do this calculation. All right, so we win 475 and we lose 200, 400, 450, 455. All right, so that's a $20 winner overall up there, and then 15 here. All right, so the come out, that's what the 7 does on the come out. Put it back. Here we go. 3. What is going on with these horn numbers? $20 and $15, $35. Overall profit on the 7 was $35. There's the 9. Okay. $140. That was a lot of rolls to get to the 9. I don't like it when that happens. All right, someone just asked why I don't put 20 back here, because I only want to play 88 against the 140 I just won. All right, so I need to get 5 more reds. I just only want to play the 88. And this counts in that. So I drop this and get 5. So right there, I have 89 actually, which is fine. I won 140, so I'm playing back 89. I don't want my win to get counterfeited, basically, if I put too much out there. That's a $9 off of 6. Okay. So now I won that one, so I'm going to put that out there like that because I'm going to be off on this come out. So it's just like a press. And there's an 11. That's a good one on the come out. Here we go. And there's the 9, points 9. All right. Let's see if we can get a few more hits. And there's the 12. I've been banging these horn numbers. Been a lot of horn numbers in this video. And there's the 5. That's a $28 5. I changed my mind. We're going to go on the 6 and 8. But I think 88 inside, it gives you a good enough win on, even if you roll just the 6 or 8, which only wins 105. I still think it's a good enough win to make it worth it. 15, and that's 20, so it's going to win 30. All right, off on the come out. And right back on the 9, okay. That's 25, I'm gonna make that there. And I'm gonna make it 26. Here we go. And there's the hard 4. Here we go. Oh, we got an 8. What do we got? 35 and 14, 49. We're going to drop $1 for 50. Here we go. Oh, 437. That one I didn't get a little too long, so it bounced it really hard. Sucks. We were doing so good too. Okay, so that's 4 out of 5 shots. This is our last shot. Before we go, let's kind of see. I must have done something wrong somewhere because I'm pretty sure we should be up about $500 and we're not quite up like that. So I think I might have pressed too hard one time or something, or maybe we are and I'm just not. 3,000. Oh, okay, that's what the problem is. There's 5 of them. Okay, that makes more sense now. Let's get some reds. Okay, so there's our 4,000 initial bankroll. We're up 100, 200, 300. I still think I must have done something wrong somewhere. But maybe I'm wrong. We might only be, this is not the 5th shot. All right. All right, here we go. Last time through, we obviously don't want to roll a 10. Two, 3, 3, 2. Looking for one hit. I talked that all the way up. All right, so we got hit on that one. We're obviously not supposed to do that. All right, let's see if we get blasted. And there's the 6. It's going to win 105. All right, I'm going to let it go a couple times. Same thing, 2, 3, 3, 2. Just because I finally did roll a 10 here. And there's an 8. There's another 105, and I just don't think I'll roll another one. So again, this is personal stuff here. This is me knowing what I think I can do personally. And I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. And I could roll another one right here. And there's the 4. We're going to drop one. We're going to have to drop $2 for 150. It might be 3 some places. All right, I'm going to go one more roll at this. I know this isn't ideal, but, and there's the 6. So it's 105. So I made a bunch of my money back there off that loss. And that's something you're just going to have to decide if you're willing to do or not. If not, you can grind it out. It's going to come back. Obviously, I believe it'll come back. But if I rolled a 10 like that on one of my shots, I would roll a few more because most likely I just roll another one for a while. I probably could have won another 5 or 6 shots, I think. But, you know, I don't want to look the gift horse in the mouth there. So let's look at where we're at. There's 300. Okay, so there's 3,000. So we're down. There's 600, 700. So we're down a couple hundred. You could choose whether you wanted to go on free roll here or whatever. After a 10, I'm definitely going to be thinking about some specific choices. You know, whether I want to stay up for a while and attack it like that, or what do I want to do? Or do I want to just cut my loss on that? You know, there's definitely some choices you're going to have to be making if you do roll a 10. You know, this is obviously it's going to happen every now and then. You just shouldn't be doing it very much. And there's the 5, so that's going to be a $70 winner. And regress that 1. And there's the 10. It's okay this time. It's point. Rack that. It's going to be off on this come out. And there's an 11 on the come out. Okay. I'm going to run it through the field just in case I roll a bunch of horn numbers. Here we go. And there's the 8, so we're going to lose that. Not a big deal. It was free. Put this 50 back here in odds. All right. And a 12. Okay. Aces? What is all these horn numbers? Jesus. So many horns. If you were just only betting the horn, you'd be killing it in this video. And there's the 8 right back. Okay. It's going to win 60. This horn is going crazy. Put that 60 back up there. We'll be off on this come out. Okay, that's a come out 7. Five, 2. I'm gonna run it through the field just in case. Get our craziness going again. Here we go. And there's the 6. Okay. Let's see if we can get a few more hits. Aces? This is craziness. And there's the 5. That's only a $35 5 because I regressed it. Build it back. Here we go. And there's the 6. We made our 6. 15 and 60. We'll be off on the come out. There's another horn number. What is going on with these horn numbers? Craziness. And there's the 8, hard 8. Bad shot, really bad shot. Here we go. And there's the 4. We don't have a 4. All right, so let me look at something. 2,000, 3,000, 3,600, 37, 38, 39. One more hit and we'll be even, and I would be looking for that. There's the 8 right there, 5, 3, 8. It's going to win 60 and 15. Give me a point made. We'll be off on this come out. And there's the 9. Okay. Now I got to do some calculation. Okay, so there's 3,600, 3,700, 3,800. All right, so all we're going to do, because we don't want to go home a loser. Okay, so 3,600, 3,700, 38, 39. So we're just right under it. We can't go home a loser, so you got to get out of there, 5. All right, so this is where we're at now. Let's put that over there. We could obviously pull that down and go home a little bit of a winner. But we definitely cannot go home a loser. And there's a yo. Oh, bad shot. Hey, we got the 5. I'm glad we put that over there. 35. At this point now, it doesn't really matter. You can start bumping up again. But previous to that, we definitely didn't want to go home not as a winner. Oh, and there's our 7. Okay. So let's see how much. We didn't win much, but we did win after a 10. So we did have to make some adjustments. Obviously, we let that next roll a little bit. And that's one of the things it's kind of like chasing or anything like that. All right, so there's 2,000. Let's make sure we got this count right. 2,000, 3,000, 3,600, 37, 38, 39, 4,000, 25, 35, 40, 45, 46. Well, we are a $46 profit. Is not ideal. That is not ideal. But the 10 did right itself. It's hard to get to the 9th level on Stern. That's actually really, really difficult. I mean, it's just difficult for it to go that bad. All right, so did end up a winner. Can't roll 10s, guys, on the come out. But it's easy as long as you don't do that, or it could be any number you choose. But as long as you don't do that, you're going to win. So one simple problem. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to just roll the 2, 3, 3, 2 until I get a 10. I like to do this stuff at the end of videos. If I can beat 12 rolls, if I can go 13 without a 10, I played the 4 at 75, so that makes the 7 valuable. You don't have to hop the 7. I went 88 inside basically every time until the last shooter when I had a little bit of adversity. I rolled a 10 and then I left the 10 up there for like 5 shots to make $100 each shot. And it worked pretty well. Got most of that back. And then I played bigger in the middle and had a pretty good roll at the end. So I did well in the end. Okay, there's an 8. So that's 1 shot. So I like to do this to see if I can beat 12. I'm the sensei. I like to do this to see if I can beat 12 rolls. Because if you can get to 13, you really shouldn't be losing. No matter if you rolled a 10 on your 13th shot, you really should not be losing. Because even if it went really bad, you still should have won some money through there. So if you can, this is how I practice. This is how I see where I'm at. To see if I'm doing what I'm saying I'm doing. To see if I'm doing, if I can beat it. No, I'm not going to play this on random shooters anymore. So these videos are all going to be non-randoms. I'm only going to go 5 on my personal shots. All right, so what we're looking for is 13 rolls. If we get to 13, nice. If we get to 13, we beat the average. And there's a 7. 7 counts in the new way because you are making $35. So it's not, it's like a half hit or a quarter hit, but it does. It's not a 10. Obviously, you don't want horn numbers, and for whatever reason, I'm getting a lot of them lately. And the 7s have slowed down. Hello. When I was first doing this, if you guys remember my first ones, I was getting tons of 7s out of this. Tons of 7s. And there's the 6. And the 7s have kind of slowed down, and I'm getting all these horn numbers. So, I don't know, something in my different mechanics or something. And there's the 6 again. So this is what I like to do. I like to see, can I beat this? You know, think about this. If you were willing to just stay up, you could be making a ton of money. If you were consistently beating the 10 in this fashion. And there's the 7. You could just sit here and rack up chips if you could, but that's just anything but 10 then. That's no longer one hit, can't miss. But what I'm getting at is that if you can beat it at this level, if you can beat the natural average of it, you're killing it. Now that don't count, so I'm going to throw that as a white chip because that's not a winner, all right? So we're not counting that one. Oh, bad shot. It got me a 5 though. Got lucky there, absolutely lucky. That was a 5, not a 10. I rolled that dice. Now think about it. This is 13 shots without a 10 now. This is a little more difficult than people want to think. You're talking about rolling 13 consistently without a 10. Right? So there's 6, 8, 10. So I need 3 more. This is a lot more difficult than people want to imagine. And there's an 8. And there's the 5. All right, so what we got out there, we got 12. This is the money shot. 3, 6, 10. Oh, no, never mind. That's 5, sorry. 9, 12. We've actually went 13 shots, but that one don't count. All right, so this shot right here, if we roll a 10, we did all that for nothing, basically, because in the big scheme of things, when it averages out, you'll probably break even or maybe even lose a little. Yeah, 10. That's so brutal. This is so brutal right here. So we made it 12 winner shots. Now, if you, maybe I'll have to look into that. Okay. So if you were playing drop down to 88 inside, you may come out negative here. If you were just letting this roll and you won on all these, you're obviously going to be positive because this is going to lose $1,000. And this would have won 140 and 140, 140. All these would have been 105. And each one of these would have been 35. So we got 10. So you've made more. But if you were dropping down to 88 inside, which the strategy tells you, unless you had a good roll, a good long roll in there or something where you made a couple $100, which is very possible, you probably broke even or lost a little. Hello, Todd. How are you, buddy? All right. So again, if you can beat this average, though, you should be fine. If you can beat it, you should be fine. Or matching it is not necessarily good. You really got to be able to beat it. All right. So there's 140, that's 280, 380, 420, 520, 620, 720, plus 15, 735, 8, 9, 1,000, 1,155 if you had the 20, and then 70. So we're looking at 1,225 or something like that. So 1,225, but lost 1,000. So that'd be a $225 profit if you never went 88 inside or anything after that. We did roll more rolls, but we had one horn, and that's just not okay. I mean, you can't do that. I played it like I did yesterday. That's what I did. I played it like we made the 475 and stuff like that, but I just started the new series of this. I actually rolled a 10 on my 5th come out and had to work it back. Ended up like $30 or something like that. But anyway, so I rolled 14 shots. Yeah, I didn't roll no random shots. I just rolled at the end here trying to beat the average of the 10. I rolled 14 shots before a 10, 14 shots. On my 14th shot, I had a 10, but I had one horn number in there, and that's just no good because it's not a winner. You can't do that. You got to have winners. So it's actually you have to be able to beat the 10 with the box numbers. So you have to be able to beat the 10 with the 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. If you're rolling horn numbers, guys, it just doesn't, it don't work. You can't count that in your average if you're trying to beat the number, because these don't do anything. These are just dead rolls. So it might as well be like not a roll. You have to be hitting 12 or more of these before you hit one of those. If you can't do that, I don't suggest playing this. Or if you are going to play it much smaller, because you got to be able to beat that. Yeah, I do need to incorporate the horns, and I need to move the chips around a little more to incorporate the horns, and it's definitely there. It's definitely there to incorporate. I just haven't got to that point yet. That's probably the next set of videos. That's a true one hit can't miss at that point, where you are using the horns. But so anyway, that's kind of the idea. That's the way I practice against the 10 is if I'm not beating the 1 out of 12 that it should roll naturally, then I'm not doing anything. You know, if I'm not beating that, then I might as well just be throwing the dice down the table. All right. So here we go. I'm going to try this one more time, see if we can beat it. Because the last one was kind of a gray area. And there's the 8. All right, so I got to have 12 box numbers before a 10 for sure, but 13 is ideal. 7s count as well because they are profitable. And there's a 12. 12, that's a dead roll. That's a nothing because it doesn't pay you. Actually, you lose money on it. So it's a dead roll. It doesn't count. You can't have those. So this could take you 20 rolls One hit can't miss is what that means. And there's a 7 that does count because you're going to make some money on it. Now, if you had all 7s, that's not good. But you can have a few in there. Oh, we didn't make it. But that's the right 10. This is the one problem with the 2, 3, 3, 2 right here. If you roll the hard 10, that was a good shot. Let me show you why. Because there's a 5 on the other side of these dice. With that, so that's a good shot from a dice control standpoint. That's a really good shot. That's the risk you take there. You can play the hard 10. I don't, but you could. All right? So at this point, you'd have only won twice. Really about 1.5, actually. And you would have lost once. So you'd be quite a bit behind. So you better roll. You're going to have to roll the 13 to cover that, plus another 13. Now, if you're doing it right, you should be able to do this. If you're doing it correctly, you should be able to pull this off. I'm just going to keep going. I want to see if I can rebeat that. So if I can get 13 in at this point, there's the 7. I'm starting to think the 7 we should just be counting as a half. Because it really shouldn't count as a whole. It's just not enough money. And there's a 7. We are on that 7, ain't we? So yeah, those don't count. I mean, they are winners, but they're not good enough to really count in this average. Now every other one, yeah. And there's the 9, okay? So this is what I'm pointing out is this is how good you have to be at missing a number to make this work. You have to be really good at it. If you're not really good at it, this is not for you. And it doesn't matter which number you choose to miss. Just whichever one you're really good at, you better be able to do it. But if you are able to do it, then you have a bazillion options. Now, you don't have to go all the way. You know, you could be like, well, I'm only going to try to miss it 4 times. Which in that case, that's going to help you out. There's a long rollout 5. There's a 2, so y'all know it ain't going to be a 10. As I'm not worried about, I'll just grab it. And there's a 4, okay? Can't leave the 4 out all the way. That's 3 combinations. There's a 12. What is it with the 12s? I want to see something real quick. To get a 12, that's on the side of the dice. So that's a terrible shot. And there's the 4 again. So we've rolled a lot of shots without a 10, but these only count as 1 apiece. When you have 2, I'm only counting them as 1. All right, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we still got to get 4 more at least just to manage that we lost. This is how difficult this is, guys. This is how good you have to be. And there's the 9. To make this work consistently. But this is still twice as easy as missing the 7. Still twice as easy as missing the 7. And there's the 9 again. Hello, Melanie. Yeah, I know. If I could shoot that 12 on purpose, we'd all be rich. If I could shoot the 12 on purpose, I'd just travel around making people money. And there's the 4. I'd be like, okay, everybody just bet the 12. Casinos would get tired of that shit. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so we need one more hit here just to break even with our first bad one. But we are doing it. We are accomplishing it. Oh, out of the table. What's so bad is I know that wasn't a 10 because we had a 1. So you need a 1, 2, or 3 on one dice and you're good. Oh, I got the hard 10 again. All right, so I'm dead on this average. That dice jumped off that table and messed me up. All right, so did I roll more rolls than 12? Yes. But were they winners? No. And that's the thing, is they have to be winners, guys. They have to be here. They have to be in that box. They have to. All right, so we're basically back where we started when we rolled that first 10. We would just probably be down whatever that first one was. But we would be down. You have to defeat that. All right, so for every 110 you roll, you have to roll 13 come out box numbers. You really do. If you don't, it's going to lose a little bit. You're going to lose a little bit. And the 6464 possible is the better play. That's very possible. So you've got to have at least 12. You got to have at least 12 for every 10 you roll. And that's not just rolls, guys. That's box numbers specifically. And that's one of the things I think. I still roll it some. This just seems to be more consistent for me. And there's the 8. Seems to be more consistent for me. Here, I'll throw it right here. I'll start throwing it. Disclaimer before I do this. Yeah. Here we go. I haven't done this in a while, and I rolled a 6-4 right out the gate. I haven't really messed with this knuckleball in a while. All right, that counts though, because I did roll it. I just haven't done it. I switched to the knuckleball, guys. I haven't been practicing, so I might get a lot of bad out of this. And there's a 5. So now we have to get 36 box numbers because I switched up to this. All right, so let's see where we're at. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got to do pretty good. And there's the 4. I did switch up the throw. Some people will say that wouldn't have mattered, but I was going to get that either way. There's another 4. And there's a 7. It's a half. And there's an 8. And there's a 7. The reason I'm stacking them in 2s, guys, because 2 hits on the 7 really only counts as 1 hit. And these would all be come out rolls. This is what I'm acting like, is they're all come out rolls. And there's a 9. And so you have to roll at least 12. Per 10. And you really need to be rolling 13 per 10, which is difficult, guys. It's super difficult. It's not easy. Not easy at all. And there's the 9. I thought we were going to get burnt right there. I saw that dice spinning. $13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Still have a long ways to go to catch up our mess ups. Six, 3, 9. Aces. And now I'm not accounting for you did well for a bit and then disaster. Well, if it's doing well, I mean, are you meeting your profit goal? That's so. I've had that said to me a lot. Oh, your strategy works good. I get up a couple hundred and then I lose. Well, if you're up a couple hundred, why are you losing? Why didn't you quit? But if you're just shooting it completely random, or if you believe every roll is random, then you need to not play this. This is not for that. If that's what you believe, this is too risky. And there's the 9. I'm getting a ton of 9s. I don't know if that's all 12s. Yeah, if you believe it's all random, then you don't need to be playing this kind of stuff. Not at this risk level. But this, this kind of practice isn't calculating in the times your 88 inside will turn into $500. It's not calculating that in. And that is going to happen, guys. You're going to be playing on free roll so much that there's going to be a couple of them that go really long. And they make a lot of money. So there is some other stuff involved in this. But you definitely, just from a base standpoint, just looking at it, just from strictly rolls, if you believe in just strictly the rolls, then you need to be rolling 13 box numbers before a 10. And there's a 5. Let's count up where we're at. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 and a half. All right. There's a 7. From just beating the 10s average itself, I'm crushing that. I'm doing great on that. Because I have 3 10s. I should get them out of 36 rolls. I'm killing that. But you got to make the box numbers. If you're not making the box numbers, it really doesn't matter. Unless you're betting the horn. But if you're not making the box numbers, it doesn't matter. You've got to make the box numbers. And there's the 9. I know I keep harping on that, but I don't want people to think that, oh yeah, I'm missing the 10 14 times every time I shoot. But you got 6 horn numbers, and you're wondering why you're losing. And there's a 7. You have to be box numbers, or they have to be sevens. Remember, the sevens only count as about half. Remember, because the idea of the strategy is to get to a free roll. I can't believe, why haven't we rolled any sixes? What is going on there? Where is that? There's a 5. Yeah, the knuckles killing it. I mean, outside of that 110 on the first roll, it's smashing. But yeah, where are all the sixes at? What is going on with that? And there's a 9. That's 10 nines. And there, hey, we got a 6. Hey, they are on the dice. They are on these dice. I just didn't know where they were at. All right. Okay, so what do we got so far? 10, 20, 5, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 and a half. 33 and a half. So we still need 3 more box number hits before a 10. This is how difficult this is, guys. So you don't need to be, if you're rolling 10s, you better get it. You better be getting it on the other rolls. Whoa, all the way out of the table. In fact, I missed the table. Oh, I missed the table. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Six. Hey, here comes the sixes. Thank you for your confidence there, Malcolm. And there's the 8. So I think we made it right there. Did we make it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. We are up by a half. By a half a shot, half a winner shot. We are up. So let's calculate. Let's see if this is actually true. Okay, so obviously we would have lost $3,000. All right, so on the 4, we have 6 4s. 6. At this point, it's 140. You might be right. You might be right on that, Rocky. Absolutely, because there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That's 11. So, yeah, you're right on that. But anyways, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 600 and 40, 840 right there, roughly. So 700, so that's 1,500. And then 4 times 7 is 17. So that's 1820, I believe. 19, 2000, 2030, 2500, 2660. So that's going to be 3,600. It's about $4,000, not counting the sevens. So we would have been up pretty good. Now this is not counting playing 88 inside. This would be just rolling strictly against the 10. All right, with all that bets out there. Yeah, well, I know if you watch my earlier videos, I used to only roll that 6-4-6-4 knuckleball. I haven't rolled it in a while, so it actually rolled really well for me there. But so I mean, this would just be like anything but 10. If you dropped to the 88 inside level each time, I'm assuming out of every one of these, it would all be come outs. Remember that, guys. So this would have been a long time. This would have been over probably days, because this is a lot of come out rolls. You're going to have some of those we're going to go and make $200 or $300, and some of them we're going to go 0.7. So it's roughly going to work out the same, roughly, probably. Again, that would take lots and lots and lots of reps to see exactly how which side is better, whether you probably should maybe go 2 hits before you put money out. There's obviously different things that need to be worked out with this. This is only the second group of videos on it. The Anything But 10 has probably 100 videos on it. In my opinion, the best dice control is to land as close to the wall with no velocity if you can, so they do this. So they just stop. That's the only time I think you're actually controlling anything. If they do this and hit hard and bounce up into the rubber, you're not controlling nothing. But if they do this and just stop like that, and that's the best throws in my opinion. You're still hitting the back wall, but you're just touching right there. In my opinion, that's the only time I think you have real control. And there are guys that can do that pretty regularly. I'm obviously not one of them. But if you can make those dice die, yeah, in my opinion. But hey, Malcolm, don't take my. I'm not a dice control expert, so I don't claim to be. But just from observation, if the dice do that number, you didn't control a thing. They jumped way up here. You don't know what they're doing. But if they do this, there's more control to that, and that's just. I mean, anyone can see that. That's not. I'm not pointing out anything special there. And so, most of my throws are not controlled for the most part. Now, the reason the 6-4 works to miss the 10 is simple kind of extrapolated stuff. So if you can land them like this, where the 6 and the 4 are right there, you can land them. You're most likely not going to land back on the 6-4. It's just highly unlikely that you're going to land back on that. You're going to slow down, but if you do that, and so you can see this, okay, so you can do this yourself. And this is how I developed the 6-4, guys, the 6-4-6-4 knuckleball. So I took the dice and I just kept doing this. And I was like, okay, how many times are they landing back on 6-4? Because this is essentially the perfect shot with the 6-4, is getting the dice to stay flat like this, hit. Are they landing back on the 6-4? They're not. So what I would do is, okay, so I started here. Then I'd move back to here. And I'm like, okay, can I do it from here? And I would practice. Okay, I was able to do it from there. So then I moved to the end of my table. Can I do it from there? And that's how I developed the 6-4, guys. It took thousands of shots, guys. This is not an overnight deal. I did this a lot. And you can see my old videos. There's a lot of Anything But 10 videos. So, again, that's how I got that down. The 2-3-3-2, the reason I started shooting it is because specifically, if I stay on axis, I only can get a hard 10. And that's why I started shooting it. Obviously, I might need to go back to the knuckleball. I'll tell you guys, the one thing that gets me away from the knuckleball is this. So we're right where I'm trying to land, and the guy in the corner, he always puts his damn chips right there, right where I'm trying to land. So sometimes I'll tell him to move them, but this is what got me away from the knuckleball, because it made it difficult to hit where I wanted. And here's a big problem: when you're throwing the knuckleball, if you want them to land flat and there's damn chips in the way, they don't land flat. So that was one of the reasons why I started kind of avoiding the knuckleball. No chips on the electronic tables, that's right. But so after our 310s, we were able to manufacture what we had to do. So that's good. Hey, Ken, how are you, buddy? But so, I mean, again, guys, don't, if you haven't practiced these throws I'm showing, guys, I have a lot of time in on this. This isn't like, hey, go do this. It's going to work right away. I put a lot of effort into this. This is not like overnight stuff. If you want overnight stuff, man, just play the 678. The 678 is going to be consistent. You play it overnight. You can play it any table, anywhere. It's going to work. All right. There's going to be times it loses, sure, but it's going to be consistent enough. And it's giving you, a cover bet, and you can play some box numbers, maybe get on a long roll. I mean, from a base standpoint, yeah, I must have missed it. From a base standpoint, the 678 is a good beginner strategy. It's a good base for what you want to do. Because you also have the option that if you get a good don't number, you don't always have to jump out there. You can say, well, I'm going to play a 2-to-1 favorite here, see if I can make some money. Yeah, me too. I actually used to go to that casino a lot until I moved down to Searcy. I used to spend a lot of time in West Memphis. But anyway, so this is kind of where I know I got a lot of newer people watching that weren't watching when the Anything But 10 first come out there, and we were running through all those weeks and weeks of testing. So I just want to make it clear to some of the newer guys that this wasn't overnight. That's awesome, Ken. But again, I know people keep talking about it. Man, I don't know, guys. AZ works hard now. AZ is on every night, man. Now, AZ's kind of slowed down on his development stuff. I don't know why. I think his competitions are more viewed. That's awesome, Ken, man. That's really great to hear. So I think AZ's kind of got away from the developmental stuff a little bit and got more into the competition stuff, which is cool because his show's cool. I love his show. But yeah, I mean, I did eventually defeat the 10 here. It took me 3 10s. That's hilarious. You know what's funny is he went to the light side when he started dice control. Did you guys know that? Y'all notice that? When he started into dice control, he went to the light side. Which was actually the absolute opposite of me. When I started into dice control, I went to the dark side. I was like, whoa, this is going to work way better from this side. Yeah, absolutely. All three of us need to get together before I move. At least one more time before I move, Larry. Not this coming week, but the week after, I have a whole week off. I do have some stuff to do during that week, but I'll be off all week. So we can, if y'all can manage that, I can be off then, and I can swing somewhere to hang out with y'all. I'm moving to Colorado, guys. In June is the plan. I'm in June. I will, Skill, if you don't mind, let me do that later today. You're close to Hot Springs? Cool. Let me do it later today. I'm going to take my kid to the batting cage. We got to get some practice in. And so there you go. Guys, it's tryout times. We're about to have our tryouts. The closest casino, there's casinos in Colorado. Where I'm moving, I'm going to be about 30 minutes from it. They're in the mountains there. One of the reason we're moving is because my wife's medical stuff, they have good treatment for it there. So, and that's why we're moving there. And it's going to help my channel because I'm going to be able to film live there like those guys do. So I can add the horn, yeah. I will. He remembers you, trust me. But so yeah, we're gonna me and the boy, we're gonna go get some batting cage time in. He's almost 7, and last year, he played with the 8-year-olds when he was 6, and he held his own. I mean, yeah, he wasn't the best player on the team, but he held his own with those boys. So he's going to be playing as a 7-year-old this year, and he's big. My kid's big, guys. He's a big kid, and his bat's getting poppy, man. He's starting to smash them out of the infield in the air, and so I got to stick with it. Yeah, they raised the limits in May, so that's great. So I got to stick with it. His bat's getting hot. Yeah, sure. Make it quick, Joe. Sure, because you've never ever asked me this, as far as I know. So sure. Let me run something for you really quick. What do you want? But got to stick with it, man. He's good. He can throw good. He fields. The only thing we got to work on is the pop flies, man. He doesn't like to get under them, and I've been working on it, trying to get him under the ball. He'll get to the ball and then reach out for it, but I got to get him under the ball. But the bat's hot. He can field grounders, no problem. He throws good. He's a little slow. I know. Well, we're going to move after the season. We're going to wait till the season's over. Yeah, my kid's active, guys. You guys might not know this, but my kids don't have video games. I don't have video games. Like, I don't have a PlayStation or none of that. I appreciate that, Malcolm. Place the 6 and 8 for 30. Okay. My kid has go-karts. He's been riding four-wheelers since he was 3. I mean, he's an active kid. He used a chainsaw when he was 3. I mean, he's an outdoor kid. Yeah, each casino is going to set whatever limits they want. I mean, it's going to look like Tunica, probably, $2,500 to $5,000 limits. Well, Tunica's craps is better, guys. Ken and Larry, the craps in Tunica are much better. Hot Springs is a plain ass table. No bonus bets, none of that. So Hot Springs is not as good as Tunica when it comes to craps. Okay, did I miss something, Joe? Oh, yeah, so it's a lot longer away, huh? Okay. Okay, so I'm just supposed to roll and collect the hits. Okay. How many hits am I supposed to collect? Yeah, they hurt when they hit you in the head. Okay, so there's a hit. $35. What is Memphis table like? Like a normal table, there's nothing special on it. It's $500 limits. Okay, till I 7 out. Oh, there's a 6. There's a 4. An 11. An 11. And a 5. Hot shooter. A 6. A 6. Well, it's a lot easier when you just roll 6s when you're playing 6 and 8. And another 6. And aces. And another 6. All those 6s we didn't roll earlier, here they come. And a 12. And a 10. And an aces. And a 6. And there's our first 7. I would say these numbers are skewed. Okay, so we'd lose twice. What do we do with all the winners? There are a lot of winners. Yes, I have played it that way. But 84 on the 6 and 8. Okay. I'm going to put 85. We'll just act like it's 84. Hey, there's a 6. Okay, so 84 pays. I don't ever bet 84. Does it pay 99 or something like that? What does it pay? 90. 98? 84 pays 98? Am I right or wrong? Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Todd. Oh, there's another one. What is going on with these 6s? What is this? Another 6. Guys, a little disclaimer here. It's not always going to roll like this. There's a 5. I am just chunking them from 2 feet. I know people don't think that matters, but it does. There's the 7. I've run a bunch of tests on it. All right, so I see what you're saying. So I actually have some videos that are kind of like this. I call it the power of the 6 and 8. Yeah, that's right. Pro Secret Dice Controller. I have a controlled random shot. So how many of you guys have seen the guys that say they have a controlled random? Like, what? I've heard this like before. It's like, oh, I have a controlled random. Get 228 on the 6 and 8. Thank you, Ike. It's 228 each. Or is it 118? What do you? I don't know what you're doing here. A little confused. 228 each. Okay, so it's 228 each. Okay. All right. All right, let's see. There's the 8. What did you say that paid? 268 or something like that? $266. Okay. There's a 9. Oh, there's a 6. What is going on with these 6s? $266. There's another 6. So there's a 10 and a 10 and a 9 and a 10 and a 6 and an 8. What is going on here? And a 7. Okay. That was amazing. No doubt about it. Do I think there was an odd number of 6s and 8s? Yes, I do. But do I think this works? Yes, I do. It's a progressive strategy. It will work. Any progressive strategy will work, barring the bad run of 7s. Okay, awesome, man. I'll make the video that you asked for. I might have to make it on film, not live. But there's 1,000, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. Okay, so 1,400, and what did we have invested? 30, 60, or 30, 84, 84. So it probably made about $500 or $700, something like that, in profit. That's pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of right. Yeah, and yeah, it's similar to the 444, the Kaufman 444. You're just using the 6 and 8. And I don't know if you know what the Kaufman 444 is, but it's very similar to it. Guys, from a big bankroll standpoint, it's hard to beat the Kaufman 444 because as long as you roll one winner, it's good. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to go play some baseball with my kid. You guys have fun.